So I was asked what I think is a pretty good question, and it was basically, what is my preliminary opinion on the hype train for the LG G4? Well, folks, I'll simply tell you like this. Hype trains exist so that you purchase products and that people can make commissions, form partnerships, and continue to prosper the way that they have always done it when they are in a media publication of any kind, independent or mainstream. That's just the game and the way that it works. Hype trains are about creating enthusiasm, excitement, passion, and making you ultimately pull the trigger on a product you probably would never have bought anyway. It's kind of like that thing Amazon does when they tell you there's only 12 left of a specific product that you kind of wanted and was looking at. You probably wouldn't have bought it if they didn't put the exact number. It's about hyping you up and making you want to buy. And this is no different. The LG G4 is a hype train. They're trying to sell you on the fact that you can tone map up to 10,000 nits and 5,000 nits, but the TV never even comes close to hitting that. It does not matter how you tone map it because at the end of the day, it's only going to hit what it hits. Also, it's still a WOLED. There is no new innovation as far as the color technology, the color filtering still exactly the same. And you're basically buying an LG G3, but rebranded as something else with slightly different menu options that do a little extra. The truth of the matter is you're better off probably buying last year's model, but last year's model is going to get discontinued real soon here. It doesn't do a lot of people a whole lot of good to try to recommend you something that's going to fly off the shelf almost immediately, right? So they want you to buy, obviously, something that's going to make them money. And what's going to make them money is obvious. It's the brand new LG G4. So everyone's going to hype that up. They're going to hype up the Samsung S95D. And pretty much every flagship product will always get hyped up. But that's why it's so very important that you have honest, independent journalists, reporters, and professionals that can whistleblow, show the truth, regardless of niche or field or whatever, to help you kind of bring all that hype back into center focus where reality lives. Because the truth of the matter is, I've been on YouTube now for over 9.5 years, and I've seen so many hype trains around products that are just plain out bad. Damage controlling things, not telling you, like just plain English when something is wrong with a product and sidestepping it entirely, making excuses. Because the truth is, a lot of the YouTubers know that social media is all about social proof. You get numbers, you get people to like you, then you're going to go up the ladder. But the only way to really do that is by selling positivity. You don't sell negativity. You say everything is awesome, stay away from controversy, all that jazz. Because at the end of the day, that's how you make people like you, feel warm and fuzzy about a purchase and think that you're a great person. When in reality, you're some like snake oil salesman that just could not care less about the people you're selling to. Now, there are a lot of people that have no problem with this whatsoever. Hence, YouTube has a lot of scummy people at the top. But at the end of the day, when you really think about it, you'll kind of see what I'm saying. And especially if you start looking around and surveying multiple YouTube channels, not just when we talk about audio visual channels or technology channels, anything in general. The reality is, my opinion, and not even just preliminary opinions on the hype train for the LG G4, is simple. The LG G4 is overhyped because it needs to be overhyped, because we are coming out of the slow season. For anyone that doesn't know, AV YouTubers hit a slow season where we don't really have any TVs launch and content dries up. And so there's like this scramble and this rush to get right back on camera and to make a bunch of videos super fast so that we fill the void to avoid the death of a channel. That is just the reality of how these channels work. And every other niche is like that too. You'll have video gamers wait every year for an annual franchise. You'll have DIY people wait for something in that world, so on and so forth. The point being is that when the new products launch, rather than tell you how they honestly do, a lot of YouTubers want to make that money back from the slow season. So they're going to lie to you and say, you know what, this is the best TV I've ever seen, knowing full well that it is terrible in a lot of areas. But if they tell you that, you're not going to want to buy it, and they need you to buy it so they can get those commissions from those affiliate links and so on and so forth, so that they continue to do what they do on their channel. And this is why I'm the number one brand in honesty, because as somebody who's been in the business for over 9.5 years, I blow the whistle on it regularly and tell you every in and out and how it works for your family's benefit, because I'm a regular everyday person just like you guys. The only difference is I just so happen to be a master TV calibrator that has invented his own way of calibration so that we can get what we paid for, because that never even happens again. More of the overhyping, the Samsung S95D, for example, Pantone validated colors, professionally calibrated, and it looked terrible. Just wow, awful. And I've done this for years across multiple different TVs and will continue to do so to show you guys that. But the point simply being this: when you see something that is overhyped, make sure you go on to the actual channel. Don't just watch one video. Click on the channel and look at their history of what they say. If everything they say is, wow, this is amazing, I can't believe it, oh my gosh, groundbreaking, earth-shattering, and some positive superlative that they throw out at you, you need to be very careful, because you're not watching a YouTuber, you're watching an advert. You're watching somebody promote, and, you know, whether it's sponsored or unsponsored, for an agenda of some sort, whether it's their own agenda to make compromise, commission on the side and compromise the truth, or whether it's somebody who is just a darling of the brand. It doesn't matter. Reality speaks when you have balance, and balance is simply this: hey, this product is trash, it's awful in all these different areas, but it does this right, but overall it's not worth it. But this product is amazing. The stuff that I do, if you're not hearing that overall across the board with other YouTubers, red flag, crimson red flag, run for the hills. Hopefully this video helps some of you guys out. I wanted to do more of like a personal type video where I just kind of talk to you guys, screw the lighting and all that other fancy crap, just kind of being a real person with you and just saying, hey, you know what, this is what it is, to answer the questions a lot faster, because I don't always have a whole lot of time. With that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching the #1 brand in honesty, and until the next video, I'll see you guys later.